of basketball, not only in college, but in high school playoffs and tournaments across the country. For a small town in Ohio, though, its basketball story turned out to be unlike anything they might have imagined. Academy Award-nominated actor Jesse Eisenberg narrates a tale you won't soon forget.
No one keeps count of how many times their heart beats over the course of a lifetime. At nearly every moment of your life, you take it for granted. What keeps you alive? What links us together?
Finish it!
At Chardon High School in Chardon, Ohio, 30 miles east of Cleveland, the phrase, "one heartbeat," has been a rallying cry for athletes for years, including this year's basketball team as they look to make an improbable run through the state tournament.
Like a lot of small towns in America, a lot of the identity of Chardon revolves around sports teams.
We try to leave everything out on the floor, just play our hearts out for the community.
What we're working for all year was to have a trust in each other, have a toughness, and have a pride in what we do on the basketball court.
You play your whole year, your 20 games, just to play that game at the end of the year and move forward. That's what makes high school basketball great. You play the whole year for that tournament.
Together on three. 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
A few weeks ago, on Monday, February 27th, the school day began with anticipation for the Hilltoppers playoff game that night. Otherwise, it was just like any other morning. Until suddenly, it wasn't.
911, where's your emergency? We just had a shooting at our school. We need to get out of here. Okay, ma'am, we got a school shooting. Ma'am, what school? Chardon High School.
You could hear people running down the hallway, and you didn't know if the shooter was going to be running down into your room or if he was gone, because we really hadn't had any word of that. So we just sat in our room for about, 2 hours, and basically had no idea what was going on outside our door. So.
In Ohio today, the worst happened. The police say a student opened fire on classmates, leaving 1 dead and 4 others wounded.
2 more victims would die the next day, raising the death toll to 3. A day that began like all the others had become a morning no one in Chardon would ever forget.
As adults, you hate to see kids' childhood torn away from them. And I feel like that happened.
The shooter was a 17-year-old Chardon student, captured by police near the school after his rampage in the cafeteria. As Chardon struggled to absorb the tragedy, piecing together what happened that morning revealed, alongside the horror, an act of remarkable courage.
This tragedy could have been a lot worse if it wasn't for Frank Hall. He's the assistant football coach who chased the gunman out of the school.
I don't know why this happened. I only wish I could have done more. I'm not a hero. Just a football coach and a study hall teacher.
Coach Hall was in the cafeteria early that morning, supervising the students in study hall as usual. When the shots were fired, the father of 4 ran straight at the gunman, momentarily stunning him and stopping the carnage before more students were hit.
Coach Hall was a hero to me before February 27th. And I know he's been called Coach Hall because he coaches football, but his relationships with kids transcend football.
The hallway we're in right now is called Responsibility Rant. I felt that I had to do what I had to do, to protect my kids. They
We don't do this job to get rich. We don't do this job for fame or glory. We do it because of the kids. And someone's trying to hurt your kids, you do what you have to do to take care of them.
After he chased the gunman out of the building, Coach Hall returned to the cafeteria and the victims.
To the families of Danny, Demetrius, and Russell, I want you to know I was with them. I prayed with them. I wiped their tears. And I know God was with them. God bless and thank you. Some things happened that day that I'll never forget. You know, I felt those kids were my responsibility.
Where's it from?
Notre Dame Academy of Massachusetts.
From Virginia, Cleveland, college, school.
Over the next few days, letters and cards arrived at Chardon High from all over the country. And as the student body mourned the losses of Demetrius Hillin, Russell King Jr., and Danny Parmenter, they also searched, as much as anything else, for a sense of normalcy. The basketball team hoped to provide it.
I just told them that Chardon's their home. This is where they're from. You know, this is who they need to play for.
We all kind of stuck together and tried to represent Chardon as much as we could.
I knew it was going to be tough to go out there and see everyone and try and hold everything back.
Coach told us that this would be the first normal thing since the shooting for Chardon. We really wanted to win it for them.
I didn't care about how many points I scored, how many, whatever. I just wanted to leave there with a win, and that's the only thing I had on my mind.
Thursday night, 3 days after the shooting, the Hilltoppers took the court in nearby Euclid against conference rival Madison High School. The Hilltoppers were well acquainted with their opponents, but it was a surprise when Madison came out of the locker room wearing shirts that read Chardon.
Something we don't want to do. Everything else is behind us. Right now, for 32 minutes, we need to play.
I looked around and saw all the red and black. I was speechless.
When we came out on the floor, we looked up into the crowd, and there was the whole section just filled with Chardon people. I mean, everyone that we knew from Chardon was in the stands.
The Hilltoppers had already accomplished the seemingly impossible. At least for a few hours, they made things normal in Chardon again.
Everyone wanted to be a part of it. They wanted something good to cheer about, and they gave that to us.
But I just remember feeling a sense of relief that there were smiles on kids' faces again, and that did my heart a lot of good.
The victory was never in doubt. Never before had the team's mantra resonated so powerfully. After unspeakable loss, Chardon had a small win to savor as they began the healing process. One heartbeat at a time.
This tragedy didn't change us. It didn't make us who we are. We've always been one heartbeat. We've always had character and honor. We've always worked hard to get things that we needed. That's what one heartbeat means to me. It's the same before, now, and it'll always be the same.
And all of our thoughts and prayers are with the community of Chardon as it heals from that event. To see more of their story and to hear about another American town that dealt with its own tragedy that same week as the Chardon shooting, tune in tomorrow night at 10 Eastern Time on the CBS Sports Network for One Heartbeat, a half-hour special you won't want to miss.